Hello everyone, good day to all. This is Mike, Mr. Typhoon Padua, returning to our latest update on the weather here in the Western Pacific, particularly in the Philippines. And we have a first initial update on the newly formed tropical depression named Kiyapo. And this is 92W, but as we speak right now, it's now 11W as Joint Typhoon Warning Center upgraded it into a tropical depression, which is any moment from now they'll be releasing its first warning on this system. And this is for today, Thursday, July 23rd, 2026, English version, brought to you by Typhoon 2000 and Naga College Foundation. We'd like to thank our partners, 𝗗𝗶𝗺𝗶𝗺𝗿 and the local government of Naga City, headed by our Honorable Mayor 𝗗𝗶𝗀𝗿 and our Honorable Vice Mayor 𝗗𝗶𝗺𝗿. So let's begin now with the very latest on the tropical cyclone. We are looking now on the graph set that we created last night, and this Kiyapo, and it's still quite disorganized, but it's fighting a moderate shear blowing from the east, which is pushing most of the convection over the western and southwestern side of its circulation. And right now it's currently located here, and it's moving west-northwest quickly in the general direction of the northern Cagayan area. It's likely to pass over the Balintang Channel, passing over the Babuyan Group of Islands sometime late tomorrow afternoon or early morning of Saturday, but it looks like it will be during the evening, and then it will quickly exit the Philippine Area of Responsibility sometime Saturday morning. So this is the power line. So once the system exits the Philippine Area of Responsibility, the final warning from 𝗶𝗚gasa will be issued. And we have here another low pressure system we are keeping an eye. This is 93W, another LPA, but it has lower chances of developing into a tropical cyclone. So we're going to observe that one since it's still far away from the power line or the Philippine Area of Responsibility. I'm going to show to you now the very latest on the fast animation from the University of Wisconsin Tropical Cyclone page via their Himawari feed. And you can clearly see here the development of this tropical depression Kiyapo, which is set to become 11W, and it's quite moving faster at a speed of 20 to 25 kph, although for the past 6 hours it has slowed down slightly, but it is expected to continue moving towards the west-northwest. And you can see the trough affecting Bicol region. For the rest of today, we are experiencing some overcast skies here in Naga and surrounding areas. There are some showers that we have experienced during the morning, but it has dissipated, and mostly it's overcast, full of alto stratus clouds all over the city. And we have the southwest monsoon affecting southern and western Mindanao, as well as the Cuyo and Sulu archipelagos, and Palawan as well. Visayas will also be affected by the southwest monsoon, but it is mainly mostly localized thunderstorms, since the southwest monsoon is more localized, okay, affecting only near the southwestern edge of this tropical depression. It's not wide scale. As you can see here, there's lack of cloudiness here. I'm gonna show to you later at the end of this video the latest on the MJO, and we are still moving into the dry phase, and we'll be releasing the latest on the MJO update at our website, Facebook channel, Mike, Mr. Typhoon Padua. This is a weekly, every Thursday update. So on our next YouTube analysis tomorrow, I'm gonna show to you the latest update on that. But I'm gonna show to you the different agencies monitoring the MJO, which will be having some larger effects of the weather conditions here in the Western Pacific. And we have here a cloudiness, part of a thunderstorm here, a large one, likely a trough or surface trough or tropical wave moving towards the west. And here's the LPA 93W, which is very weak as of this time. It's not, you will not notice it that it's a low pressure system. It's just a cloudiness, but it is a circulating LPA right here over the Marshall Islands. So here's the zoom in solar animation from windy.com, and you can see how overcast the skies here in Bicol region, extending across Mindoro, Romblon, and Marinduque. And we have the southwest monsoon here, bringing some moderate to heavy rainfall. And 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏 has raised rain warnings here of 50 to 100 millimeters for the next 24 hours, as well as over the area of Palawan and western Visayas. Parts of Visayas are experiencing some light winds from variable directions, mostly from the east or east-northeast. And Manila will also be experiencing some localized thunderstorms later tonight, or maybe tomorrow. But folks here over the area of extreme northern Luzon, please prepare for possible effects of the tropical depression. We're going to show to you the latest on the wind signals, and here's the latest on the wind shear environment. So the storm is within moderate shear of 35 kph from the east, blowing on a clockwise direction. That's why most of the direction of the cloudiness or the concentration of the cloudiness are located over to the west of Kiyapo, since there is a strong wind shear here of up to 55 or 55 kph blowing from the north to south, and most of the convection are located on the southern and western periphery of this cyclone. Here's the latest on the shear tendency. So it looks like on the middle of the system is dropping, but as the system moves towards the west-northwest, it's still increasing about 10 knots. Okay, so maybe this system will remain as a tropical depression, or once it relaxes, the wind shear relaxes, it might reach minimal tropical storm strength as it traverses the Balintang Channel. Now here's the multimodal diagnostic comparison from RAMBB of NOAA. So I'm gonna show to you here the wind shear environment. So it's fluctuating actually for the next 24 hours. It will increase moderately and decrease again. So this is the time, maybe tomorrow, July 24, that the system might intensify because of low wind shear forecast. And what else? I'm gonna show to you. Gonna move this. Okay. Let's move now to check on the website, typhoon2000.ph. So here's the storm as of 11 a.m., 16.8, 129.3, 770 clouds, east southeast of Santa Ana, Cagayan, 1002 pressure. Sustained winds 45 to 60 kph. Minimal tropical depression moving west-northwest at 20 kph towards extreme northern Luzon. It's quite average size system, 850 kilometers in diameter. But it will remain that way since we are moving into the drier phase of the modern Julian oscillation. Most cyclones are smaller compared to average to larger ones. So if we take a look at the latest on the 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃 track, so this is the track of 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃. So it most likely to develop into a tropical storm once its passage over the Babuyan Group of Islands. So once the system passes here, it might attain tropical storm, or even before. It depends on the intensity of the wind shear environment over the Balintang Channel. And I'm gonna show to you here the latest wind signal from 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃. Let me click here. Here's the latest one from DOST-PAGASA. So it looks like 3/4 of northern Luzon is under wind signal number 1. Just look at the image, or visit DOST-PAGASA website or Facebook pages for the latest on the wind signal. So these are the areas in northern Luzon under wind signal number 1. Now let's take a look at the Japan Meteorological Agency. Most of them, they all agree that it will track towards the Balintang Channel within the next 24 hours. Let me see if we have already the latest on this tropical depression Kiyapo. So we have refreshed the page of the Japan Meteorological Agency. As you can see, it's still a tropical depression, and it's moving now at the speed of 25 kph, same as our website. Okay, so no changes on the track. Here's the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, and it shows here that, let me refresh this page. Okay, it's still not updated, but any moment within an hour it will be replaced to 11W. That's the latest depression from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. That's still the tropical cyclone formation alert. Here's the forecast track of the American model for the next 5 days, and you can see that by tomorrow the storm quickly passing over the Balintang Channel, over the Babuyan Group of Islands, northern Cagayan. And then we have the system moving out into the West Philippine Sea or the South China Sea area by Saturday as a severe tropical storm. So it's quite a very quick moving system, this tropical depression Kiyapo. So I'm gonna show to you right now the 3-day forecast up to 5 days. So by Sunday, system is in the vicinity of Hong Kong. So the American model is showing a strike over Hong Kong on Sunday, while other areas are located over eastern Guangdong. While the other models are forecasting it over eastern Guangdong. And then on Monday, the system is already dissipated. The system has dissipated over southern China. And then we have here another low pressure system. Maybe it's that circular blob west of Guam, which is again might become a low pressure system. So we have another one here. So far we will end that forecast up to that, because if we move the forecast for more than 6 days up to 14 days, we have another cyclone here, but so far away from our country. And then we have another one here over the West Philippine Sea, developing a cyclone moving towards Taiwan. So that will be the long range forecast from 7 to 14 days up to August 7, but the uncertainty remains high, very low probability. We will just keep you updated from time to time for the improvement of that forecast. Okay, now the European model also shows the system on Friday passing over the Balintang Channel, and then traversing the Babuyan Group of Islands Friday evening. Saturday afternoon, it will be outside the Philippine area of responsibility, approaching eastern Guangdong, and then Sunday morning making landfall east of Hong Kong as a severe tropical storm. And then so far there's no LPA here. There's only a tropical wave over 𝗗𝗶𝗀𝗶𝗺𝗏, and so far it's clear over the Western Pacific. We have still here the southwest monsoon. And then on the last day of July, we have another cyclone. This is likely 93W or another one, moving towards the waters southeast of Japan. So it's so far away from country, it's not expected to enter the PAR, but it looks like between August 3 to August 6, it will move westward towards the northern Ryukyus of the southern islands of Japan, outside of PAR. But again, because of the dry phase of the longitudinal oscillation, the southwest monsoon is currently on a wake, very weak, just southwesterly and westerly wind flow. Okay, so we are speaking here over the area of the West Philippine Sea, wherein the southwest monsoon is not strong enough to bring rainfall across the western Philippines. So this is for the long-range forecast, wherein the uncertainty remains high and very low probability. Now let's take a look at the latest on the Google DeepMind. It's all the same. I'm tracking it by tomorrow afternoon over, let me move this. So tomorrow afternoon over the Balintang Channel, over northern Cagayan, Babuyan Group of Islands. Okay, it will miss the northern tip of Cagayan based on the forecast of the Google DeepMind AI model. It could become a tropical storm here based on their forecast around 65 or 75 kph. And then Saturday morning, it will move out of the Philippine Area of Responsibility, and the Google DeepMind is forecasting it to reach Category 1, Category 2 typhoon as it approaches eastern Guangdong. Okay, so making landfall there on Sunday and rapidly dissipating overland. Then moving forward, there's nothing except for this system here. Same with the American and the European model, showing a large typhoon moving towards the southeast of Japan. Okay, so that's the latest from the Google DeepMind. Let me forward now on the latest on the multi-model track. So it's all the same, passing over the Babuyan Group of Islands within the next 24 to 36 hours. And for the rain forecast, residents over western and southern Mindanao, please take all necessary precautions for on and off rainfall that could produce some heavy flooding and landslides. So this is the enhanced southwest monsoon. And these are rainfall of 50 to more than 100 millimeters in a very local, hyper-local areas. Okay, so that will be today. And then by tomorrow, Friday, the southwest monsoon will shift over western Visayas and Palawan area, wherein some occasional rains will be expected as well. Now, the bulk of the rainfall on this tropical storm are just located over the northern part of Cagayan and northern portions of Ilocos Norte, including Apayao. So expect heavy rainfall, but it will just in a very quick duration, maybe only about 6 hours. And then afterwards, the system will move out into the West Philippine Sea. On Saturday, it will be out of the Philippine Area of Responsibility or outside. And then the southwest monsoon will take over the western sections of Luzon, including Metro Manila. But it's not expected to be more than 100 millimeters. But we don't know if the forecast will fail. But so far, that's the forecast. Okay, because we are on a super El Nino climate, we are expected this rainfall to be lesser than usual. So please still prepare for possible effects of the southwest monsoon on Saturday. And on Sunday, it's still affecting the western sections of central and northern Luzon. Thunderstorms activity will be expected as well as over Mindanao and parts of eastern Visayas. Bicol region will still have chances of thunderstorms in the afternoon or evening, but the effects of the southwest monsoon is non-existent. Okay, and then Monday, the southwest monsoon will just be over the West Philippine Sea, following the circulation of tropical storm or tropical depression Kiyapo. That will be on Monday, 27th of July. The rest of the country will have isolated rain showers and thunderstorms. On July 28th, isolated rain showers and thunderstorms will still persist across the country. Here's the rainfall accumulation forecast, as you can see here, for the next 24 hours. Let me change here. Yeah, it's here. Now let's take a look at the 24-hour rainfall accumulation forecast, showing to you the effects of the southwest monsoon. So today it's still affecting southern and western Mindanao, particularly these areas of Lanao and the area of Zamboanga Peninsula, Sulu Archipelago, and the western Visayas, including Palawan. And by tomorrow, Friday, it will move up towards the western Visayas area, including the western sections of Negros Island region, Bacolod, Guimaras. So expect rainfall of more than 50 millimeters. And also the Sulu and Cuyo Archipelago, as well as over Palawan. And then on Saturday, the southwest monsoon will also affect Occidental Mindoro, Calamian Group, but on a decreasing level. You can see here up to the north on Friday, 50 to 100 millimeters of rainfall, and more than 100 millimeters of rainfall will be expected over Batanes and Babuyan Group of Islands on Friday. And then Saturday, the storm is moving out into the West Philippine Sea. Okay, that will be on Saturday, I mean. So that will be on Saturday. On Sunday, the southwest monsoon will affect the western sections of central Luzon. So expect rainfall of more than 50 millimeters, 30 to more than 50 millimeters. And then on Monday, southwest monsoon will recede over the West Philippine Sea following the circulation of the storm. Okay, so that's the forecast when it comes to the southwest monsoon. It's not much, but it will still bring much rainfall over the western sections of the country for the next 48 hours. And here's the wave heights. So far, it's calm to light all across the areas of the coastal waters of our country. And you can see here the wave heights of up to 4 meters because of tropical depression Kiyapo. On Friday, since the storm is already here, we expect wave heights of up to 4 meters over Batanes and Babuyan Group of Islands, while the rest of the country will remain normal of 1 to 1.5 meters in wave heights. So on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the wave heights over the East Philippine Sea will remain up to a meter in wave wave heights, as well as over the central waters. But over the West Philippine Sea, because of the southwest monsoon, we expect light to moderate to at times rough seas because of the southwest monsoon of up to 2.1 meters. And then on Tuesday, you can see here the wave heights moving over the open waters, so affecting the Panatag Shoal and the Calayan Island group. Okay, so that's the forecast when it comes to the sea waves across the coastal waters of our country. And for the Modern Junior Oscillation, it's still weak. It's currently over the Western Hemisphere, and it's expected to move into the circle of this Hendon wheel diagram. And then it is expected to remain weak until August 5. And you can see here the color orange. So this is a sign that it's reflecting the outgoing long-wave radiation quickly back to outer space. So it means that there will be no convection over this area. So dry conditions will persist until August 5th. And then you can see here the area of the Philippines right here. We are on the edge of that dry phase. Even the latest on the ECMWF is also showing a weak Modern Junior Oscillation until the first week of August, as well as the Australia Meteorology Office are showing a weak signal of the moderate oscillation until August, the second week of August. Okay, so for the global topics hazard outlook of the Climate Prediction Center of NOAA, valid for the next 2 to 3 weeks, wherein the third week is highly uncertain. Second week, July 29 to August 4, we have more than 65% or 50 to 65% of below average rainfall. So that's the effects right now because of the ongoing El Nino. And tropical cyclone formation of more than 40% are common here to the east of Guam, west of Hawaii. And then on the third week, August 5 to August 11, which is still highly uncertain, continuing below average rainfall of more than 40 or 65% will be expected across Mindanao, southern Visayas, and southern Palawan, while the rest of the Visayas is more than 50% below average rainfall. The rest of Luzon will be under normal conditions. Okay, so we expect thunderstorms in the afternoon or evening. So that's it. There's no southwest monsoon for the next 2 weeks. While 𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗃, tropical cyclone threat potential, this is their latest one. So for week 1, July 22 to July 28, we have here a high probability of a tropical cyclone formation. So this is now the storm right now, Kiyapo. And then on week 2, July 29 to August 4, next week, Kiyapo making landfall over southern China, while we have here a low chance of a tropical cyclone formation moving towards the northeastern edge of the Philippine Area of Responsibility. So this is still uncertain as of this time. So there you go. That's the latest English version for today, Thursday, July 23rd. And please take all necessary precautions, those affected by the monsoon over Mindanao, Western Visayas, Western Luzon, Palawan, Occidental Mindoro, this coming weekend. Here in Bicol, in Naga, those who are asking, expect localized thunderstorms in isolated ways, isolated manners. Because of the ongoing El Nino, we are still below average. Right now, the rainfall here in Naga is only between 20 to 50 millimeters or 60 millimeters. Last year, it's almost 200 millimeters. So you can see the difference of the lack of rainfall. Okay, so we'll see you again tomorrow for another update on Kiyapo. Again, this is Mike, Mr. Typhoon Padua. Thank you so much for watching our channel. And thank you for supporting as well. God bless to all.